What's up, guys? So this video is going to be a little bit different than my normal videos. As you can see, I have some Rogue equipment behind me. It just arrived, so I'm going to start breaking down all the boxes. But I decided to put together a home gym. A home gym is something that I've wanted for a long time, but I never really had the space to do it. But in my new house, there's space in the garage here, so I decided to purchase some equipment. Having a home gym is just nice because if you can't make it to the gym, I can do a quick workout in my garage. And being as busy as I am, I find myself not having some time on some days to make it all the way to the gym because my gym's maybe 15-20 minutes away. So having one in my garage is going to be very helpful, and I'm going to be able to film a lot more videos in here. So I'm just super excited about it. But I'm going to start breaking apart all these boxes and showing you guys exactly what I bought. And yeah, let's get to it. So the rack I decided to go with is the Rogue RML 490C. Now there's a RML 490, but the C denotes the color. So I got a red because I love red and it matches the MyoNation branding. So I was debating between that and the 690C because the 690C has the plate storage attached to the back already. The cost of that one was $1,750. Whereas this one was $1,075. If you guys want to save money, I'd recommend going with the 490C and then buying the plate storage. Those plate storage pins costed a total of $49.75, and that's a little way you guys can save some money on your rack. But I recommend going with a good rack because it pretty much is the center of your home gym. So I wanted to go with all Rogue stuff just because Rogue is very high quality. The shipping is pretty fast on it, so I wouldn't have to wait forever. One thing I really like about the Monster Light series instead of the Monster racks is the west side hole spacing. With the west side hole spacings, you can get the safeties in the perfect place for bench press, whereas with the Monster series, the holes are spaced out a lot more. They're spaced out about this far, so it's harder to get the proper position for your safeties on bench press with the Monster rack. So that's another reason why I went with the RML, the Rogue Monster Light. Another thing I was worried about with this rack is not bolting it to the floor. I don't necessarily want to drill into my garage floor and put concrete anchors. So I talked to Rogue and they said, it's not a big deal if you don't bolt it to the ground as long as you're doing, squat bench and stuff like that. If you're doing a bunch of kipping pull-ups and CrossFit crap, he said you might want to bolt it to the ground because it's going to move a lot. But I didn't bolt it to the ground and it seems it's pretty sturdy. Also, the plate storage really helps. The added weight in the back there really helps with stability with the rack, so I think I'll be okay. Overall, I'm really happy I went with the RML 490C. If money isn't a huge issue, I would go with the RML 690C, but if you want to save a little bit of money, like me, go with the 490C and add plate storage as needed. Now, this bench, the adjustable bench, I went with the Rogue Adjustable Bench 2.0. This bench is great. It's super, super solid. I think it weighs like 125-ish pounds. It's not one of those flimsy commercial gym benches. This thing is built like a rock. It actually came fully assembled, which is awesome because I didn't have any work. I just took it off the skid and rolled it in here, ready to go. So I love this bench so far. I used it for bench press and I've done incline bench press with it. It's amazing. It adjusts from 0 to 85 degrees, so you can do anything from flat bench up to military press, and it handles all the degrees in between. And one thing with benches is people want to have a short gap in between the seat and the back of it. So this is maybe just about like an inch gap. Sometimes they're really big gaps, but it's very tight here, which is awesome. And the pad on this thing is really firm and it's also pretty grippy. So I won't really need to use much chalk, if at all, while doing bench press. So I love this bench. The total for this bench was $545. Now that is expensive, but like I said, this thing is solid. It's gonna last forever. It's a super heavy duty bench and I'm glad I went with it. Now the bar that I chose to go with is the Rogue Ohio Power Bar, and it costed $275. I bought the black zinc version, so the shaft on it is black zinc. It won't show as much, dust and dirt and things like that. Also, I really like the black with the silver ends. It looks really sharp. One reason why I went with the Rogue Ohio Power Bar is because of the knurling. The knurling is super aggressive. You don't even really need chalk. Like, it's just a very aggressive knurl, and it has the center knurl, so with squats and exercises like that, it stays very stable on your back and it really digs in. Now don't get confused, because there's the Rogue Ohio Power Bar and there's also the Rogue Ohio Bar. They're different. The Ohio Power Bar, which is what I got, has the center knurl and it's less whippy. I recommend, if you're doing powerlifting and heavy squats and deadlifts and things like that, go with the Ohio Power Bar. It's going to be the closest to USAPL and IPF specs, and it's super solid. So I'd go with that one. For plates, I could have easily went to Plate Against Sports. I know a lot of people go to Plate Against Sports and get the Troy barbell plates, but I wanted to just do one purchase from Rogue, from everything, get it in like a week, and have everything I needed. So I bought the Rogue steel plates. I bought a total of 556.25 pounds. So that was 10 45s, 2 25s, 4 10s, 2 5s, 2 2.5s, and then 2 1.25 pounds. So I bought the micro plates so that I can do some micro loading at home here. All my weight plates costed a total of $668.50. That brings the grand total of all my Rogue equipment to $2,617.25. Now shipping was something that just kills you. The shipping on everything was $291.14. That's a lot of money, but I mean, there's no really way to get around that. You have to ship it to you. So that brings the grand total of my Rogue equipment to $2908.39. Now the mats that I put in the gym here are from Tractor Supply. Everybody that has home gyms pretty much buys their mats from Tractor Supply. They're only about 40 bucks a piece. So I bought a total of 8 of them because I needed to use a couple for my deadlift platform. The mats are 4 foot by 6 foot and 3/4 of an inch thick, so they're super heavy duty. The final thing I needed for my gym was a deadlift platform. So for the deadlift platform, you'll need a 4x8 sheet of plywood. I decided to go with a higher quality, which costed me about $50. And then I needed stall mats, which I had a partial left over from laying the flooring in here. And then I bought an extra one for the deadlift platform. And you'll also need 1.25" wood screws. And that's all you need for the deadlift platform. And now I'm going to show you how I built my deadlift platform. So with the 4x8 sheet of plywood, you need to cut into 3 pieces. 2 pieces at 2x4 and 1 piece at 4x4. And I painted the edges black because I wanted it to match my gym flooring. You can choose to do that if you want, but I just did it. You're gonna also need the stall mats. You'll need 1 full sheet of stall mat and then a partial of another, and wood screws. So I bought 1.25" wood screws and I got the black ones. Now I found the easiest way to make a straight line is to put the board on top of it and take a pencil and make your line. Once you do that, flip it over and score it. So take your time making a straight line. Make sure you cut down a little bit and then go back through. So once you go back through, just cut deeper and deeper and deeper and kind of peel it away. This is the best way I've found to make a really clean edge. Now you don't have to do it this way, but I wanted it nice. Then I decided to mark it every 6 inches and I just started screwing in my wood screws. I didn't make any pilot holes or anything. I just screwed them in and it worked perfect. So the first piece is done. Now all you have to do is just repeat the steps for the rest. I decided to do it a little different than most people do a deadlift platform. I wanted the whole thing to be rubber, and also I wanted it to be in 3 pieces so I could easily transport it because I don't have a truck or anything. So I had the boards cut at Lowe's so that they would fit in my car. And also, when it's 3 pieces, you can use it as like a deficit platform, so you can take some of the pieces out and do a deficit. If you stack all 3 on top of each other, you're able to do a 4.5 inch deficit. So the total cost for The materials I needed for my deadlift platform was $56. So $50 for the plywood and $6 for the wood screws. So that's it, guys. That's my home gym. The grand total for everything was $3,306.71. I wanted to make sure I got the most for my money, and by doing a few things like doing the plate storage on the 490 and building my own deadlift platform, I really saved a lot of money. So if you have any questions about anything that I talked about in the video or any of the products that I purchased, don't hesitate to leave a comment. And I really hope you enjoyed the video and got some tips from it and some ideas for your own home gym. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.